Let us start our today's session. So today is 31st of January 2026, and today's topic of discussion is creator, creation, and creatures. And today's weekly session number 277. So this thing, today's session will be based on the questions posted into the group. These questions was posted by Joydeep Nag. I call him Nego, in my college friend. Nego, you are here?
Yes, Rajdeep. Actually, my camera is not functioning properly, so I'm not visible. That's why.
That's okay. That's okay. But you will be reading your questions?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So start with your first question. Then we will go into discussion.
Well, my first question was, we know from your discourses that the universe, along with its flora and fauna, has been created by the divine love energy. If it's so, then why the creator destroyed his or her own creation from time to time? Example, the dinosaurs and all contemporary creatures were wiped out by some natural disaster.
Yeah. Okay. So, before coming to your exact questions, so let me give you the overall background so that of the context of the creator's perspective about the whole thing. That, forms the basis of further discussion, then it will make sense. So I will go to the first explaining the background of the creator and the purpose of whole creation. Okay, so the creator, the one, the source, or whatever, the origin of everything, that is we call source or the creator. Intentionally, I'm not using the word God because God means different thing to different people. That's why I call it God of your understanding. So I'm not using the word God, but we are talking the one source, one force, or the creator, the origin, or the the source, whatever name you call it. So it was just a energy with all power, all knowledge, and it is all. It is spread everywhere, all pervasive, omni-known, omnipresent, and this kind of force. So that is the creator. As it has got as it's infinite power. Infinite means truly infinite. We cannot even imagine what kind of power it is. Just by will, it can create anything. Just willpower, like the Ichha Shakti. By that, it creates anything. Whole universe was created based on it as per the will of the creator, the whole universe. So why, first question is, why it as such an entity of so much powerful, so much everything it had, and absolutely pure, and it need to create like universe. Why the creation was needed? What was the what is called compulsion? What was the need for creating this universe? See, to understand that, so we need to understand if somebody having so much of power, so much, unlimited, infinite power, and the will, it can create anything. It has all the knowledge. It can knowledge of, suppose, how to be pass the exam and how to make a score in the football field, or how to be champion, or how to climb a tree, or how to be like a son, how to be like a father, or mother, daughter, all those kind of things, all the relationships, everything is known. But only thing is, it is the ekameva maddityam, the one, that's the only one. It has all the knowledge, all the things it has. So as that entity having infinite power, infinite knowledge, and infinite it is in infinite purity, in absolute purity, and it is full of love, full of the light. It's all infinite state, all purest state, everything. So naturally, when the power of that nature, it has only thing it wants to, whatever power it has got, it wants to experience it. It wishes to experience it. So it has got the almost infinite permutation combinations possible, the relationships, or the different places, on different environments, or different say languages, different looks, and all those kind of infinite. Yeah. So it has got a urge to, it knows how it feels like, but it wants to experience itself. So what it does is that being alone is not possible, no? So just the only one. So it created infinite parts of itself because of will. By will, it creates infinite parts of itself, and each and every part has given some kind of journey, some kind of plan, some kind of path. So those parts which is created out of the source, the fragments of the whole, that is the small part, that is called soul. Let us name it soul. Yeah. This soul has an identity. Earlier, if it is the only one into the whole, the creator, it does not need any identity. It's the only one. But when it created almost infinite souls, then each soul has its own identity, and each soul has given almost infinite, experience together. So it has got a path, different places, different thing and all. And to have that kind of experiences, it created time and space. Otherwise, how it would be projected? It is like you have a movie, you wanted to watch a movie, say projector you have, so you need a screen to project it. No, otherwise how movie will run? Everything is there, but it needs a projection, some screen. That screen is actually the universe, which has been created out of, by 5 basic elements, that, the fire, air, space, earth, and water, that 5 Pancha Mahabhuta, it created the physical universe out of that. And time and space has been created so that everything can be played. So there will be time-wise and space-wise, there is a different part, different thing, and different things are going on. So all those kinds of things are there, and there are multiple fractions have been put into together to have a collective experience. Suppose somebody wants to have a experience of how to be experience of being father of, say, 3 children. So for that, there is some, they need to marry, and then the children will be produced, then only experience possible. So it needs to create another person to whom will get married, and another person who will be born as their children, so that they can experience this like that. I'm just giving a short example. Or somebody, suppose somebody wanted to have experience of a hunter. That means something need to be hunted. So that something need to be created. The area, the jungle need to be created. And the hunter also need that some weapon, the bow and arrow need to be created, so that those can be used to play this drama. Anyway, all those are created by the creator, and different places, different things in the universe, different time zones, different phases so that it experience itself in almost infinite way. So it is experiencing infinite way, but each soul also almost infinite. Why I'm saying almost? Because soul has given a journey. So at the end of the journey, it will march back to the source. That is the only way outcome possible. There is no other way. It can go to any number of turns and things like that. It can go to billions of years somewhere and ultimately comes back, take different form, different places and different time zones and all this kind of stuff. So we complete the journey and then ultimately go back to the source. That's the only possible way. That's why I'm saying the soul's journey is not truly infinite because it has to merge. It will end at some point of time. But the whole issue of the creator is the creation. It is going on, for infinite. That's what I'm saying, that we are not, we cannot even fathom, we cannot even, imagine even that, what is that, looks like. So what happens is, because that is truly infinite, it is just the creator is experiencing itself in an infinite way. Earlier I was mentioning about what was the need for that, means what was the need for the creation. Actually, there is no need. It is just a wish of the creator. It's like a creator's game. It wants to experience itself. It knows, how it feels like to get rejected, from a application for a job interview. It knows, but everything need to be created, whole stage, whole character, whole processes need to be created to have that experience. So it wants to experience that physically. So that's how that thing is coming. So as it is, there was no need for that. The whole universe created, the time space has been created for this kind of experiences. So that's why it is in ancient Indian scriptures. That's why the whole process is called Leela. Leela means game. There is no need. It's not a compulsion. The creator, it did not have to create it, but it wants to experience. And that characteristic is there in all the souls. It wants to experience it as many ways as possible. So souls also taking different birth, different places, different, combination, permutation, because originally came from the same characteristic. It wants to experience itself in as many ways as possible. If not truly infinite is the creator's sense, but near infinite, so you say different things, different era, different, taking multiple parts and different forms and kind of things. It just want to experience all. So from the creator, let us come to the, so creation, you can say that it is the universe. It is the created. And the souls are you can say these are the creatures which are given this kind of path to experience itself. And at the end of the thing, that whatever experience they collect, almost infinite n number of experiences, it brings it back to the source. So through each and every soul's journey, the creator is getting enriched with the first-hand experiences, direct experiences. Earlier it has knowledge, now it is experience, first-hand experience. There is a difference. So it is enriched itself with this kind of experiences, and that's how it is fulfilling its own wish. I should not say goal. It doesn't have any goal. It's just fulfilling its wish, and the whole story is going on infinitely. Okay, because there is no end in permutation combinations of possibilities. So it is opening up new possibility and getting it all done. So this is actually the background of the whole thing. Whole process of the creator, creation, and the creatures, what they're doing. Creatures, as I mentioned, these are the individual souls. They are having different experiences and ultimately back, and the creation, the universe is the platform. In that platform, they play their roles and get those experiences, and end of it goes back to the to the creator with those, enrich that with the experiences. So this is the fundamental, like whatever all the souls are doing, these are the fundamentally same for all the souls. Yeah. But choices will be different, parameters will be different, times will be different, space will be different, all this kind of things. So parameters will be definitely different, but ultimately this is what is happening in summary. Okay. Now, on that ground, so let me come to your specific question that why some forms are created, but some life forms have been destroyed forever. Yeah, something extinct like dinosaurs. Am I right, Nego?
Yes, Razik.
Yeah, can you repeat the question for others just to so that before explanation of this, can you read your questions again? Nego, please read your question. You are muted, I think.
Yeah. Actually, my first part of the question, the first part is that we know from our discourses that the universe, along with its flora and fauna, has been created by the divine love energy.
Yeah.
Okay, that you have now discussed. You have
Yeah,
now
just
described this
hold on.
very
Let's
well.
the last part I have not given.
Yeah.
See, when creating it, it realized that it cannot happen with a full. If it is everything is perfect, creation is not possible. You know the way I explain it. If all the colors into universe is white, no painting is possible. Hmm. So it need to develop some kind of complementary energies. Like suppose black and white. Hmm. To complementary energies, and so that something is possible, and that later on go with all the colors and all those kind of things. So originally the two primordial energy which has been used for the creation is love and light, or you can say divine masculine and divine feminine, and all the creation was done out of combination of these two forces. So particularly when you are talking about the life forms, any kind of life forms, those are actually the manifestation of love energy. Okay, and how they operate, how they run, that is the awareness part of it, that is governed by the light energy and the masculine energy. Okay.
Okay.
So one is the creating part of it, another is the running part of it. So these two primordial energies has been used to, to create in different percentage, like a, chemical solution kind of thing. No, you put different combination to create different thing like that. So that was the basis of this thing. So as you rightly pointed out, that it is true that all life forms are the creation of a manifestation of love energy, the original one. Yeah. And the next part?
Yeah. The next part is then if it is so, then why the creator destroyed his or her own creation from time to time? Example, the dinosaurs and all contemporary creatures were wiped out by some natural disaster.
Yeah. Okay, thing is that you take it from a soul point of view now. Forget about the creator thing, because unless until we come to the unit experience point of view, we get lost, So why it was created, why dinosaur was created, why so many types of flora, fauna created? Because of that, the wish to experience itself in multiple ways. And this kind of experience has a dimensional shift. First it has started, I'm talking soul's journey, like souls start with a mineral on the planet Earth, metal or rock. Then you can say that is a zero dimension. Like it cannot have any kind of thing, not to move anywhere, not to grow anything or something like that. From there, it is a say, suppose it come to the plant. Hmm. Plant means only one direction, one dimension. It can go up or down. That's all. It cannot move around. Hmm. So then it comes the animal. Animal, you can say the two dimensions. Yeah, because very restricted space, but two dimensions like that. Like three-dimensional. After that, from there comes the three-dimensional. You can say the human being or evolved the animal. Not only they can move, they can think also. They can do something of their own. So suppose that is a three-dimensional. Okay, I'm just giving very basic kind of understanding. So the soul need to experience all this: 0 dimension, 1 dimension, 2 dimension, and 3 dimension. Okay. And it can have a different kinds of its own planning and time related stuff, thinking about all those kind of things. So the soul need to choose that it has to have different category, different frame of time on the planet Earth. Now, to have a certain type of environment, it creates a certain type of creatures on the planet Earth. Then the whole environment changes. Because they have interrelation also. So that what happens was, what was in the early form, early means from our consideration early, those kind of soul has been already experienced those things. Some of them there is no further need to have that kind of thing to exist. Even when it is incarnated, the same body it cannot hold, it will die one day. No? Even now, even the full human form also it has to die. So why it is going out is not a question. It will die. Whatever has been created, it will end. But collectively, few of them, as you rightly pointed out, no longer exist because the whole environment changes and the souls which is on the planet Earth, no need for those kind of experiences anymore. So they have evolved or they go to some other channel and things like that. So there is no further need there. And the environment doesn't suggest that because there are a lot of other issues like other than environment, they need different kinds of food, Like if some animal has a huge amount of food it has to intake, then it will consume everything, on the planet Earth. So those kind of animal need to be removed. When earlier the numbers were small, then it is possible. Now these are no longer possible. So this kind of thing. So it is like it has been. It is not that it is killed intentionally. It only you can consider it from this point of view that particular group of soul they don't need to incarnate into this form any longer. Whatever experience they need to have, you already had it. Okay, only on Earth plane. There are many planes. Okay, maybe some planets is still there. Okay, so somebody, for the sake of argument, if you say somebody still wants to have the dinosaur experience, they will send them to that platform, not on the Earth. Okay, like somebody wants to experience a class test, so that has to go back to the school. So, but if somebody has already evolved, say college, they are not working, they cannot have a school test. There's no need to have a school test. But if some child wants to have a school test, they will be sent to school, not the adults. They don't need it anymore. It does not mean that the school has been, why school was good, why the school has been removed from my life. Because it is a part of the growth pattern. Some point of time it will be over. And that's how the whole life is designed. One point of time will die, finish. That experience, the chapter is over. Same here. So on Earth, you can say those chapter for those kind of animals, those kind of flora, fauna, those are over. They don't need it anymore. It is evolved. The whole thing has been evolved. They don't need it anymore in this plane. Okay, that's how it works. Okay. Next.
Okay. My next point is why the creator created the present day Earth and all its inhabitants step by step, not at one go. I mean, through evolution.
Mhm. Okay. See, this question to some extent I have already given the soul's journey. Yeah? I'm not talking the evolution will come later. I think there is one question of Darwin's theory will come there. But we need to understand the soul's purpose. That's why the starting the opening statement, whatever I given there. So soul's purpose. So it will be reflection of the soul's purpose, which is being played out here. It is not repeating the same experience again and again and again. There is no need. So it has to evolve. Evolve what? That's what I was mentioning. It started with this zero dimension, metal and all those things, rock and metal, mineral kingdom. From that plant kingdom, one dimension growth. Then animal kingdom, two dimensional. And third is three dimensional is a human being or evolved animals. Yeah. So these are the progress. So soul wants to go through from all this from one after another in the higher and higher scale. But saying so, higher and higher in our perspective. But the set of experience it is having is unique. Like each and every dimension has to offer a unique set of experiences. Like in that plant kingdom, you cannot have an experience of playing a football. No. Okay, so but it has got a different thing. Same place, it can see the things, weather and changing and all that kind of experiences. But in the later stage, we don't need that. Stick to one place, one ground and root it there and all. We don't need it. So root part has gone. Okay, so this is so each and every we can see about it is like a different set of experiences, because we have already experienced maybe say 1 million lifetime in different kind of trees. Yeah, then maybe few hundred thousands lifetime in the animal, and then few hundreds in the human. All about to have the different set of experiences in different forms, different place, different, time and different permutation combination and things like that.
Okay, thank you. Shall I go to my next question?
Yes, yeah.
Uh,
If time permits, I can come back and, readdress in more detail. But let us finish those questions, then we'll go to some other discussions, topics on this topic.
So this is the third question. Whatever you have now described the evolution and all these things. Now my question is the creation complete? It is already complete, or the creator will develop more intelligent creatures than man, and the process will go on?
Very good question. Okay, now let me give some kind of, understanding about the science versus spirituality. Like the questions you are asking, basically it is a scientific question. Yeah. Whether it will go on further, but it has got the basis is spiritual. I will come to spiritual part later. So in the physical form, whatever, that is about the study of science. All kind of physical form, their characteristics, how they behave and all those kind of things, those are all scientific studies. And scientifically, when we say that there's this animal, that animal, so science doesn't consider them as a soul. Same soul can have multiple life forms. But in the eyes of the science, it is different. Forms are different, times are different, and that animal dies and matter ends there. So this kind of thing. So I'm just saying fundamental difference while discussing, because now in further discussion, we'll merge these two things. Science and spirituality will merge. That's why it is important to know the characteristic of these two things before we merging them. Then otherwise it will create more confusion. Okay. So science is the study of external world. Okay. External manifested world, this is the science, that is what being studied. It's still going on. We have not, discovered everything. We have not invented all the technologies so far. Yeah, it's a work in progress. But it is came from whole input, whole data, whole approach is came from outside. What we see, what we can touch, what we can hear, all five senses we can justify that has been the subject of that science. Whereas spirituality is just connection with your own soul. Like it is whatever soul experiences, those are the spiritual stuff. Soul's journey, soul's experiences, soul's purpose. Those are the experiential, it experiences into physical world, but it is itself is not physical. So as it is a soul's journey, so that is the spirituality. So when we talk about the spirituality, you go back to from where the soul came and the purpose of the soul and why souls take different forms and all those kind of things. So basically you can say that science is the study of external world, spirituality is the study of inner world, or unmanifested part, or energy part, which is not manifested yet, that part, which runs it, which runs the whole thing, that energy is a spiritual energy. So that's how you need to understand. So in this plane, what happens, this merges together, like external thing, internal thing merges. So issue comes when we confuse the external thing with the internal part. Because it is two different principles. I call it is a road traffic, it is air traffic. This law cannot apply there. They do have a law, but it's different. If somebody says, I just normally give as a joke, if somebody never been into aeroplane and somebody has just first time flew in aeroplane and came back in the village and they're asking that aeroplane's traffic signal is no. Then how can they move, Because the whole idea, the perception of that village person, he never seen an airplane. So all thing about maybe gone to the city and saw the traffic signal and says the airplane also moves like that. Yeah. So to understand that, we need to understand the law. Finish. This law cannot be applied there. So here we need to be careful. Any scientific law, we cannot apply in spirituality because spirituality is not about external things. External, it is reflected as external, but it itself, it doesn't run in the external scientific laws. It laws is spiritual laws, universal laws. It has some law, but different. So here we need to understand this, segregation between these two, and where they meet, we can say, okay, this part of this is this and this part of this. As for example, suppose your earlier point was about the dinosaurs are no longer there. But from spiritual point of view, the soul of the dinosaur still exists. Maybe now in human form. The form has gone, but not the soul. So it is irrelevant question that why, it is lost from the planet Earth. No, it is not lost, spiritual point of view. It evolved or take another form. But it is not lost. It includes everything, flora, fauna, everything. So that is a spiritual understanding. Only thing, it happened at different frame of time. And in higher dimension, time does not exist. Like time and space has been created for this kind of experience. So at one level, that is level is called Akashic record. Okay, everything is there. Suppose if I need to access my experience of being a dinosaur, I will access that and have the experience right now. So it does not matter in the physically, there is no other dinosaur present into this world at this point of time, but I can still access it. Okay, so approach is different. No? So when we look at the scientifically or external point of view, it is lost, but internally it is not lost. It cannot be lost. It is there. Eternally it will be there. It can be accessible to any point of time. Anyway, so just I'm trying to make this understanding to make it clear that because their purposes are different. Incarnations have a different purpose. Physically, they need to eat and all those kind of survive. Those are the different issues. Whereas the soul had to experience itself, that is a different issue. Okay, it chooses different part of time, different forms, and it's a different issue altogether. So, but that makes it clear if you, the which side we are approaching, that makes that things picture clear. If you want to purely from the physical point of view, yes, they no longer exist. That's correct. But in the soul point of view, it just changed the form. Okay, that is not, it is not a punishment that they're no longer there, where there is no need to have that kind of experience. That's what I was saying. An adult need not to go into the school for a class test. Okay, no need. Okay, like that. Okay. All right. And so what I was telling that so science is about the studying the external world and spirituality about the inner world. That is a fundamental thing. Where they meet, and that as a one point of time, both meets as a physical representation of the inner purpose or spiritual purpose that is reflected as a life. So that's how it is. So now to come back to what was the question once again?
The question was the creation. The creator will whether the creation is complete or the creator will develop more intelligent creatures than man, and the process will go on.
Okay, good. Yeah, right. So if you see the physical characteristic wise, physical, the process is complete. Physically, it cannot go anything further. Whatever it needs to experience, it has got experience, so it is gone. So now, rest of the thing, growth is only about the consciousness, which is not physical. So if you look at from the physical point of view, human being is the last one. I normally say human doing. Okay. Same human, which has no idea about the spirituality. They're evolved, come to the say third dimension. Okay. Third dimension is just a physical thing, yeah. But from there, now it's to evolve consciousness-wise. They don't need a separate body or separate two brain or thing like that. You know, it just need to have that soul's connection to evolve further. So physical point of view, human being is the last one. Yes, human being is the last one. But have we all reached the last one? No. Still there is an area to progress, but those are not physical. There will be some symptom changes will be there, but let me put it in this way. Suppose say evolution of telephone, okay, or what is called telecommunication, evolution of telecommunication. Earlier, when it is only physical, people just shout to reach to somebody further, right? So from that so many shouting, then symbol language and this, that, and all those kind of stuff. Earlier days, from one kingdom to another kingdom, the message needs to be passed on. There are a lot of people are standing in between, and they used to pass on the message, and that was the technology, sending messages and all. From there, from those kind of things, we developed about where telephone and the operator and all those kind of things. When people are talking here, is converted into magnetic energy and signals and go and receive through the cable and things like that. So and that also evolved, so that multiple people can talk through the same line. So all this technology developed, numbers developed, and all those kind of things. So then finally we get away with this cable altogether. It's wireless now. So in wireless also, then it comes into from wireless comes to the mobile. Now mobile is evolving. Purpose is still same. Software is getting upgraded. Now new technologies are coming, new ways we started communicating. Okay. So now the software is being developed. Physically, the telephone is no longer developing. That is over. A piece of in the instrument on the hand, up to that the physical evolution was there. Now it is all software upgrade. How fast, how speedy, or video call and this call, that call, and all those things. So, and maybe in future the 3D will come, like a holographic images and all through communication. This kind of things will come. But the thing is that ultimately we no longer using a different, that telephone any longer. We just change the technology, and now the technology is evolving, not the set. Same with the human being. Set evolution is from, the plant to animal to human being. So those are the hardware development has completed. There will be no hardware coming. No new mobile phone coming. Means software upgraded. So now the software development will take place from here. I'm just giving some analogy to understand what is happening here. It is the developing of hand device is almost over. Means there will no further thing. It will not change anything. But this technology is evolving, and technology evolving in another arena. Faster, quicker, video, maybe now 3D videos will come, things like that. But device is still the same. People are holding receiver and sender and things like that. Yeah. Anyway, so now the next part evolution is because human being has stopped evoluting. No, evolution is coming, but not in the physical. So now, just interestingly, we developed the information technology already. The data already done. Now you need to develop the consciousness. Okay. So data part is almost over, because our physical body can handle only that much amount of data. Like our brain, our data center in the body, brain, it takes about, whole body is like 1/4 of the body's energy taken by maybe 500 grams of our brain. Suppose you have a, 75 kg body. Out of that only the 500-gram brain takes, 20% of its energy, because it is a data center. All over the world now is going on is about how to power the data centers. That is the issue. So our data center, whatever we have, and for that, whatever power we can generate in the physical body, it can support that only. There is no need to go for the further development and getting 2 brains or 3 brains together, because there is no need. What you need to develop is the connection. That connection, whether your hardware need not to develop further, you already have it. And this development, where you need the connection, so that you are automatically connected, and you are connected with the infinite. Why you need to store into your brain? That process is spiritual. Physical, no further things are needed. Whatever instrument we need is built in from day one, but we never used it. Because that time, it was not needed. But now we all experience whatever we need to experience. Now it needs to be needed, because we need to develop in the consciousness, not physically. So to answer your question, if the human thing is the last form, yes, it is. Okay. Form. But human being is the last stage of evolution? No. What I say, spiritual point of view, the whole creation will wait till each and everyone got enlightened. Fully conscious, fully aware. So that phase is currently going on. No physical improvement, no need. It is all software development, no hardware. Okay, so this is what is currently going on, and now the development part which is coming is all the consciousness development. Like those are the kind of things, those are the ways of living will change. Actually, currently we are in the cusp of, like a ending of that old era. So that's why so much chaos and so much thing is going on. From there, something will come up, because people will feel fed up with all the existing system in the external world. Then only they will think of something else. Now, alternate things will come. Like spiritual masters, and they knew they've gone much ahead. But now, bulk of the people will join, and they need to be guided. Otherwise, from where they will go? Like I normally give, about 2008, and so when I came to the spirituality and first time, and my realization was that bahar kuch nahi rakha hai. There is nothing in the external world can keep me truly happy for a prolonged period of time. Few glimpses will be there. I mean, it's called the jugnu, like fireflies. That is our lives are. But how to retain that? Fundamental question, itne thakke mukke khake na, we come to realize aisa kuch nahi hai, we want it to be peaceful. Every day is a struggle, kuch na kuch negative, kuch na kuch ye hote rehte hain. Why? How come is there no alternative? And then we start searching for it. And ultimately we'll end up in spirituality. We have to take help of our own higher self or soul. That is the time. Anyway, so this is the process, what is going on. Next.
Yeah, thank you, Rajdeep. You explained it very nicely. Actually, it was also going in my mind that because as a human being, one can achieve the moksha or enlightenment, and then the soul merges with the creator. Soul merges with the creator. So that must be the last creature created by the.
That's what I'm saying. From human doing. कुछ करना कुछ नहीं है. You being, evolve on a beingness. Yes. Whatever we have done in the whole history of humanity, doing only. Now, being, we have to settle in the being and evolve into the being. So that is the last stage is there, from human to human being or spiritual being.
Okay. So my next question, shall I go on with my next question?
Next question, yes, please.
Okay. As you have stated earlier that there are more dimensions where intelligent life exists. Then why the creator has restricted interaction between creatures of different dimensions or universe? Like there may be life in other planets. So why there's no interaction between them? This is prohibited by the creator. That's what my question is.
Okay. Yeah. See, this aspect you have to look at it in a different way. So let me take an example of a school, classroom, school, and all those kind of things. So each and every class has a particular curriculum. You are allowed to interact between the class, but you are not allowed to interact with the class. A class 3 student with a class 12 student, what they will interact? It will create more problem rather on, because there is no common ground, common bandwidth. For any communication, you need a common bandwidth, no? So that they can understand each other, their purpose will be same. Yeah. If class 3, we say, okay, in free time, class 3 student will meet class 12 student for say 2 hours, in some common room. The class 12 student will get bored. What silly question you are saying, and class 3 student will be saying that, oh, he's बहुत दादागिरी करते हैं अभी, too much of दादागिरी ऐसे नहीं करते, because to class 12 student, all whatever class 3 student is saying is useless nonsense. बोले चुप हो जा. See, so whole interaction does not come out with any fruitful, things. Yeah. So each and everything need to have its own environment, and it is okay to interact with the equal level. It is not that somebody is high, somebody is low. They are different. You need to experience class 12 thing. You graduate, you pass, one day you will also get it. So university is like that. Okay. Those entities which has gone beyond, say, human form, they need a different kind of experiences. They have a different dimension, different classroom, where we understand each other, but again the laws are different. I was telling the traffic rule and air traffic and road traffic, same there. Their rules are different. but it's a different classroom. Their experience, nature of experience are different. So here, with this idea and this kind of parameters will not fit there. As there is no common bandwidth, like class 3 student and class 12 student, it is useless to get them meeting in a common room, and there will be no fruitful outcome of that. But if they gradually go into that level, and one day they will also experience the same thing. There is no such hindrance that they cannot. Only thing, it needs to be earned of that level. Yeah. And this earning, whatever I say, the class 3 and class 12, in here actually what happens is that these are all experiential understanding. We come to a stage where the wisdom has developed. We don't misuse or think like that, or we understand by few misuses that it ultimately don't work. Then we learn. Then we graduate. Then we understand the whole thing. Then we are fit to communicate with them. So whether other entities and all, it is not true that there is no communication. There are many thousands are communicating. Okay, on planet Earth right now. But they come to a certain level of maturity and understanding that they can understand each other. They can understand each other, then the whole purpose is understood. But if, suppose, alternately, if they come here, people will kill them. Simple. Why they will take such a risk? Like going into a forest with a full of dangerous animals. Why you will choose to walk there, unprotected and all, and why you need to go there first? You will avoid that kind of environment because it is not safe. It is not that you dislike them, but you understand the habitat is different. If I fall in a pool of tigers and crocodiles and snakes and things, I will not survive. Because they will not know. I cannot go and teach them, no, ahimsa param dharma. Who cares? That is their nature. It is up to me. I have to be cautious that I should not fall into their territory. I don't want to go and teach them, about spirituality into the jungle. There's no need. That is what it is. So each and everything has its own relevance, its own domain. So, and it has been specifically given because those animals, they are one form, soul form. They are not yet there to understand these things. One point of time they will be, but not now. So no need to jump the thing. So that's why let them be there and let us be there. Same with suppose the people of planet Earth and the extraterrestrials, they are there. They have their own rules, their own domain. Okay, and there are other dimensions also, not in the physical. There are many other dimensions, higher dimension entities are there, and there are many, they are communicating. No problem. Only they don't come here physically. The moment they come, people will kill them. Okay. As simple as that. That's why given if you go into a jungle, they will not treat you who you are. They will just kill you because they will think you are a threat. That's why. So that's why it is as the time comes and there is a common bandwidth is developed, any kind of communication, even human communication, unless until there is a common bandwidth, nobody will understand each other. Like sometimes I also joke that if some people, the way they think, the way they act, the way they decide things, I completely don't understand the logic, how they operate like that. Then I say that their highest level of thinking is below my lowest level of thinking. So there is a gap. There is no overlap. If there is overlap, the overlap is the area where the communication takes place. So unless until the overlap develops, those like extraterrestrials and the human beings, there will be no communication. There's no purpose. There's a misunderstanding, I'll kill them, destroy each other. Okay, that's why they kept safe into their own territory and thing. When time comes, their bridge will open and through the bridge, there will be communication. Okay.
Thank you, Razdeep, for this nice explanation. My next question, then, and the last question, that is, how does the creation by divine love energy, what you have explained, that this love energy and light energy both have been instrumental in creating the universe.
Mhm.
How does this theory differ? I mean, differ or concur with the Darwin's theory of evolution?
Okay. Okay, so this comes to the basic thing of the understanding what I mentioned, that the science is the knowledge of external world, external features. Okay, and spirituality is about internal, that soul's journey. No, it's not physical. Basically, Darwin's theory, it is true as a species point of view, it is true, but these are based on some external evidences, scientific evidences. Charles Darwin went to that island, not 20 years, Suffolk or whatever the name was. He studied a lot of things and then come out with this paper, 1859. What is that? Natural selections or something. Let me see, what is the name of the paper? Natural selection, survival of the fittest. Okay. And the origin of species, that is in 1859. Anyway, so those are but actually based on the external, whatever data you collected, and from that he has done it. So 1859 is not even 200 years old, right? He come and collected the evidences and the external science and it provided. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Only thing we have to make sure, that is how the life form has evolved on the planet of different Earth. That is, you can say that is a theory. That's why you call it Darwin's theory. Okay. He doesn't have a proof 100%. That is exactly what happened. Okay. Neither anybody can prove that way. There are evidences, fossils, you can compare and things like that. That's fine. But it's still a theory. So from that point of view, the theory fits into what happened historically on planet Earth. That is correct. But when you broaden the spectrum, okay, this broadening the spectrum has a lot of things. All this, what is externally collected and put it into the paper and put it into those theories and all those things, that it can be also accessed by going internally. All of us, we have passed through that evolution, okay? Thousands, millions of life forms earlier on planet Earth. So what I'm saying is, why I should read from Darwin? I'm just giving an alternate view, okay? I can go into my thing, and go into, we have got different types of memory. Suppose we have the genetic memory, okay? Genetically, a lot of things has been passed on. This genetic part, Darwin has addressed, like some skill developed, passed on to the next generation, so on and so forth. And that's fine, yeah? Then, only thing, there are many other issues, like some kind of, suppose the karmic thing, okay? Karmic thing is completely missing. A lot of things cannot be explained. Why I'm facing certain things in my life. Everything should be keep on evolving and growing higher. No? So why there is it down? So those kind of things are not answered there. For that, we need to go to some Karan Deha, like a causal body, where the files are kept. We can open the file and read it. Through our file only, we can go and see what happened to this soul. How the soul evolved from one to another. And then even I have gone to that level seen when I was there as a mineral and rock. Okay. Not only that, in the soul's that memory, that particular library, we have the exact thing that from where exactly which point it transformed from the rock to a life form. From, say, small particle of sand to zooplankton. Okay. Darwin cannot explain that because Darwin is the metal and rock is non-living, out of question. based on the external evidences, but soul-wise, we have that. Science will catching up. It will maybe some other time it will have. But what I'm saying is, if we have come to that access, then I can see the evolution of me. Forget about Darwin's theory. Why should I bother about Darwin's theory? Whether I can check myself what happened. And there are so many processes, and particularly that the rock to life form first is a wonderful. But so, okay, let me share it. So from the rock, it gets into the so much small particles. Yeah? Then that particle, then pralaya happened. All over the art, this is not the only one. Earlier also there was life form, they destroyed everything. Pralaya happened, and during the pralaya, that rock particle undergone a huge amount of flow in the water. And flow into the water, and that a huge force has converted into the form of one zooplankton. Okay. From that, the one cell, multi-cell, and then plant kingdom that entered. Yeah? So this process I have seen. Where was the rock? I know. Okay. In this present day world, where was the rock? That I know. But only thing is, there is no need for me to refer to the Darwin's theory. Yeah. I need to see my life, evolution, my evolution theory, not theory, experience. Okay. So what spirituality will give you? It will give you your experiential evidence, not theory. You know who you are, from where you came, how you evolved, what was the purpose. If there is an ups and down, why down? Darwin's theory, down part was not there. It should keep on evolving. You started with one and reached to another. That's not necessarily the case all the time. Anyway. There are many other things what they cannot explain, Darwin, that it is not only the physical form. What happens to our intelligence? How we evolve that intelligence? Yeah, he somehow, I think, mentioned about based on the social structure, because of the social need, they need to develop some kind of intelligence. It's not the case. A human being, if from the birth also you kept it, isolated, that fellow will also have a similar intelligence without interacting with anyone, without any social interaction. Okay. Anyway, so, but this is soul's part. Yeah. Now let me come to another angle to it. Why then Darwin's theory is so much, some people said this is the basis, this is the fact. Others are versions. Because the reason I'm telling you now, because they compared the equivalent version with the religion, not spirituality. Whatever the existing religion, they compared that version with the existing religion. In each and every religion, they have another theory. Okay, suddenly God came and blessed and somebody developed, and things like that. Yeah. So all those were challenged by Darwin's theory. Okay, so what actually, when we see there is a controversy, it is not between spirituality and Darwin's theory. It is between the religions and Darwin's theory. If you go into depth, religion have so many theories, concepts. They wanted to, sell it to the people in the societies because religion is man-made. Spirituality is not. It is own record. That's what I was giving my example. So that is your truth. You need not to, you don't need approval to anyone. Okay, I know where I was, that's it. I don't need to somebody else to give me a certificate and say that, oh, no, you are right. I don't need it. I know what was the experience of being like all those animals and this and the rock and, plants, different plants and all those kind of things. And that's fine. And at this stage, I can even communicate with them. Wherever the rock I was, I'm just sharing just for the sake of interest. And this place is in UAE, okay, where I was at the rock. Whenever I pass through, Because what happened was, when I was, in the pralay happened when I was going into in the changing, that morphosis happened, that from sand particle to zooplankton. During that, when I was going, I told those rocks that I will come back. Goodbye, friends, I will be back. Means that was the intention. After so many of lifetimes and all, now I have come back, in the same land. Whenever I pass through that area, I feel they are cheering it up. Those rocks are still there. Our whole animal and few million years, that rock was 15 million years old. Okay. Anyway, so from rock point of view, it is just one part of it. There's not a big deal, but some rocks are still there. So they were basically cheering it. I can still hear some sound, like from other dimension. Those rocks are saying, thank you, you have come, you kept your promise. Those millions of years ago, maybe 10 million years ago. Those kind of things. Anyway, so, and in fact, I heard that some of the thing people are going with me also heard that sound. With even Guruji, Prem Nirmalji came, I was driving him from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, that particular place. Guruji also heard that sound. Okay. This particular sound, it gives a cheer. Anyway, that's a different issue. But what I'm saying is, so all the contradiction, all the things you hear about Darwin's theory, and some people are upset and they're against him, and there are he gave him a lot of trouble. They're not from the spiritual people. The religious people, given them the trouble. Because this is exposing their theory. Like it is contradicting their theory. So that the God has given certain way. Every religion has their own theory about God and their own understanding how human is created. Okay, so those things are challenged, but that's all right. Okay, but saying so, if I say, by the way, this is our last question. No? That was okay. Now let me go into, as we are discussing about that, let me give you another perspective into this. Particularly for Hinduism, see, Darwin's theory only less than 200 years old, 1859. And this particular aspect, how we come up to the human state, in Indian tradition, it has been told by Munis and Rishis 10,000 years back. Okay. Long time back, maybe not 10,000, maybe 5,000 years back. All those things were already told. Even now, if you see in the Hinduism, in Sanatana Dharma, what they say, they have, that they have 9 avatars, right? There are 9 avatars already incarnated. 10th is coming, Kalki. Those 9 avatars. Anyone here, they remember the 9 avatars in the group? Anyone? Sreyashi, you remember 9 avatars? Name of 9 avatars? Matsya.
I think the second one was gourd, Kurma.
Tortoise.
Then Varaha,
yes.
then Vaman.
Then Narasimha.
Oh, Narasimha was 4th. Okay. Then Vaman.
Yes.
Then
Parashurama.
Parashurama. Then Rama. Then Krishna. And then Buddha.
Yes. Fine. That is 9. Okay. 10th was not happened yet. Very good. Excellent. One big applause for Sreyashi. Yeah.
And also Debojit.
Oh, Devajit. Okay. Both of you. Okay. Very good. Excellent. See, now I'm just for the discussion's sake, it's an interesting thing how it is, already in Sanatana Dharma, they considered that Matsya is a animal into the water. Okay. The Kurma avatar, which is a tortoise, okay, it has been amphibian, like half water, half into land. Then Baraha, like a wild boar. Wild boar is a very powerful, physically powerful animal on the land, with a big the teeth and all those kind of things. From that, so it started from water. If you study, it started from water, then amphibian animal, half water, half land, then a very physically powerful animal onto the land, then Narasimha avatar. Narasimha, half animal, half human. Just understand the symbology. Okay. So it started from water, then half water, half land, or both. It can go into water, it can go into land, and then completely land animal, very powerful, physically powerful. And then Narasimha, half animal, half human. Then it comes to Vamana avatar, means small human being, but shorter version. Then a bigger human being, Parashuram, but emotionally unstable, and the instinct was very raw instinct. Parashuram, the slave, his, I think, mother, all the Kshatriya, we killed everyone. Anyway, but emotionally very, angry and this kind of persons. From that, it transfers into the Ram. Lord Rama is the Maryada Purushattam, the dignity and peace. And also you can say sacrifice. So that kind of thing. It is a peaceful representation of like a responsible human being and able to sacrifice his kingdom to take care of this, to have his responsibilities and all these things. Then can it come a Lord Krishna. Krishna is a very, very highly intellect. It's called Purna Purushattam. Very highly intellectual, and all the qualities of Kutniti. Okay, like law, developing law, interpretation of the law, applying them as per the need, and to establish the truth, dharma sangastapanarthaya. So anyway, and in addition to that, it is symbol of love. Radha Krishna that we worship. So this also gave very highly intellectual human being with a faculty of love. Or enjoying life, say, you can say. This version. That was the 8th avatar. 9th avatar is Buddha, who is a meditative man full of wisdom. So, if you see physical transformation kind of thing, it has almost ended in a Vamana avatar. Like become a full form of human being, from animal in water, then Kurma, then Baraha, then Narasimha, then Vamana is the first avatar. From there is a violent or very like a barbaric kind of thing character, and then from peaceful and responsible character, then come highly intellectual, and like also all the arts of love, this kind of character. From there, a meditative person. This is the story actually of the human evolution. Okay, human means the life, evolution of life on planet Earth. This is the thing. Those are the symbols on all those things. After that, so we are now, you can say, that stage where we have to learn to be Buddha, to get enlightened. That is the stage. When this, finally, there is a last one, which a Kalki will come, who will be, then there will be no need for that art plane any longer. Maybe new cycle will start and pralaya will happen or whatever it is. That is a form of the kalki. That's fine. That has not happened yet. But so we are in that stage of Buddha. When we go into that level, that kind of spiritual, awakening and further journey and fully, deep into meditative awareness state, and that is the level ultimately human being need to go till it ends the journey on this planet Earth. So it is a story of the whole evolution of the life on this planet Earth. Of course, it started with Matsya, means before that there may plant and mineral was not part of it. It's okay. It's about soul's journey point of view, but this is the several thousands of years, back. It has all these things has been given, and but 200 years back, say Buddha was before Christ, no? So 2000 years back, this has started. But in this Darwin's theory is just less than 200 years back. So they're coming almost similar kind of thing, but only they stopped at the human being stage, not further. That's what I'm saying, that this further journey is a journey of the consciousness, like a developing, not in the physical form. They are still all this, from Vamana to onwards, they are all having the full human body. Yeah. But only thing is the consciousness wise, the development wise, it was there. That is that kind of thing. Evolution currently we are in now, in the different phases of that evolution. So that is one way of, looking at it. And today's topic is about, what was that? Creator, creation and creatures. Yeah. Now, if you take, let us reverse it. Suppose we are, Darwin has studied the animals, right? So animals, you can say the creatures. Yeah, those are been the creatures. So for the creatures to have that kind of development, it needs a platform. And that platform is Earth, our planet Earth. So the creatures or animals are there on the planet Earth. This Earth is a part of creation. These are the creatures. They need a platform, that is a creation. And then who governing these things? Which governing this animal and development? It is also mentioned in the Darwin's theories and all those things. They call it a natural forces, natural evolution. Something he used the word, let me see. Natural selection, survival of the fittest. Okay. So here he is talking about some naturally being selected. So we can say they are not doing on their own. There is some nature, the nature which governs this kind of attitude. Suppose if the nature is turbulent in one place, they have to run away from that. And during the running away process, they develop something, a stronger leg maybe, okay? But what make them to run? The natural forces. Or somewhere the whole food given scarce, so they need to migrate to some other, that's why the migration habit developed. So who controls the supply of the food? The nature. So the natural forces are always there to have this kind of transformation, have this kind of growth, or change, whatever you call it. Those natural forces are the manifestation of the creator. Those forces came from the creator. So today we started the creator, creation and creatures. Reverse-wise, if you go in the Darwin's theory, all the symptoms of the creatures, it happened onto the planet Earth at a particular point of time. Those are creation. And who control everything, hold the process, the forces, the natural forces, those are from the creator. That is exactly the creator. In fact, earlier days, whole religion has been started to worshipping the natural forces. The worship sun, worship rain, worship, the ocean and all those kind of things. Worship river, worship land, because they have impact on their life. All those are representing natural forces. Those natural forces are nothing but the creator. Sunlight, who created it? Okay. Those are natural forces which impacted the planet Earth, and that's how the evolution happened. Okay, if you take that way, so then the creation, creature, and creator, that formula still applies even into the Darwin's theory. It is that way it's happened. Also, this kind of process is understood thousands of years back by the ancient what is called Sanatan Dharma, and those who are the avatars are coming. They didn't put it as a theory; they represented an avatar because they earlier the thing there was they had to tell the story. It is a storytelling characters. Those are so if they make the avatar and the people worship them and that story goes on in the generations, but they understood that how it is evolved onto the planet Earth, and that's why those stories came. That's why the so-called avatar thing came. So that part of it, and it exactly as I explained little earlier, exactly fits into the actual model what is happening to even to the human being. Before human, after became full human, then also evolution happened in the consciousness wise. Different aspects have been changed. And finally, it is going to the Buddha, enlightened stage. All right. Okay. So I think I think that was the last question, right, Nego? That was your last.
Yeah, Rajdeep, you nicely explained everything. I got all the web answers vividly. Thank you so much.
Okay, God bless you. Okay, now the floor is open for anybody else having any question, and let me save the attendance now. Give me a minute. I will just save the attendance, then I will take questions. All right. So who is Taposh? Taposh, go ahead with your question.
Yes. The thing is that now, of late, we are seeing for a few years this natural calamities like floods, like Arctic Circle melting away much faster nowadays, and then volcanic eruptions coming up. So all these natural disasters have increased. So the purpose behind is definitely not destruction, correct, as we all anticipate, but it is more of a transformation which we should take. Is it like that?
That's
The
correct.
part of the plan.
The transformation. See, there are different ways we can take it. First is that we have already damaged the nature so much. Okay, now it has gone to the extreme. So there is now Mother Nature has to correct itself, and these are the correctional forces. To correct somebody, you need to give punishment. No, then only correction will happen.
Yeah. Correct.
बचपन में वो हाथ में मार पड़ते थे ना वो. Now it is abolished child cruelty and in the name of many things. मार पड़ते थे तो ठीक ठाक. There was, I think, somebody was telling a politician, I think Smriti Irani or something. In our time, there is no such spiritual knowledge and all those things were there. वो माँ की हाथ का एक थप्पड़ खा के ना all चक्रा open हो जाता था. We come to the full alignment. Anyway, so what I'm saying is माँ को थप्पड़ देना पड़ती थी because it is needed to get corrected. Na? Something is not, going in the right direction. That need to be corrected. So those are the natural forces. They needed to correct it. Otherwise, if we don't correct, yes, during the correction process, maybe few thousand people will die and all those kind of things will happen. Yeah? And of course, they, on the respective soul, they have chosen their exit like that. So there is nothing to say that they have accidentally died. Nothing. There is no such thing called. If it is a natural calamity, no such thing called accidental death. Anyway, but in the process that if it is not done, then humanity will develop their own bomb and all those things. They will kill each other. So at least those natural calamities are people will be busy or try to think something else rather than, how I can kill others and get more territory and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the fundamental things. So this is actually the course correction by the nature. This is about the incident, what is happening. But if you broad category, if you think, broad category, the changes are normal. It is like a weather.
Yeah.
Sometimes good weather, sometimes bad weather. So it is not that, oh, now it is raining, why it is raining? Rain will go also at one point of time. Okay. It is just a need that it changes, and that is a variety. But the nature that is there, that is a characteristic of it. Okay, in fact, you can say it is like a destroying something, but from one destruction only next good thing will come. If some area get flooded, then only that area gets more fertile next time the plantation is there.
Yeah, because we are left with one avatar that also quite last, and these things are also happening, natural disasters and all. So I'm just finding some sort of a connection link between the two. If I'm thinking too much.
Yeah, no, it is increased. It is true that it is increased. It is also phase wise. Sometimes long time nothing happens, and sometimes more of the things happens. But and there are some planetary things are also involved there, and many other things are there. So yes, but there are some period that changes are very frequent.
The quantum
going through one of those phases. That's why it looks chaotic.
If we take 100 years back or 200 years back, the quantum, what is happening now, we have never seen that. So
true. Yeah. I think that is the thing. It is quantum is more. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome, Subhranto. I'll come to you, Venkatesh. There's Subhranto there's a hand before you.
So I have one question: is that in this planet Earth, the human being is the last physical form. Now only the evolution, the spiritual evolution is happening as a human being. So what about the other planets? Is human being also is the last physical form there, or there are different other highest physical form?
No, there are different characteristics associated with each, you can say, civilization or thing. Yeah. So it is, and not everywhere there is a human form. There are other forms as well. Okay. So not necessarily human form, because planet is you can say planet is the only place where the humans are there. In that sense. Other place there is no human. There's a different kind. Okay. So their purposes are different. That's why they are different. So they appear to be different, but I'm talking another physical form. Other than physical form, there are other, higher dimensional, there are many entities are there. They need not be physical.
And they will be also evaluating.
They are evaluating, but not in the same parameters. Okay. So they are evaluating with the purification and more, love, energy, and this kind of stuff. So they don't need physical body for that. Okay, so they are just purify themselves of. Suppose some entity, they are purifying their thoughts. That is my goal. So whole area is how to purify the thoughts and how to do that and all those kind of things. So that way they progress. So, but what I'm saying is purpose is different. Different purpose is different. Like, see, every business is a different business goal. No? They're not same. So parallelly they can run. Same here. They are different. Their business is different. They're not business to be spiritual and enlightenment the way we treat it.
Correct. Okay, thank you, Raji.
But one thing is common. Ultimately, they will go back to the source. Yeah. Ultimately, they are going back to the source. So just for sake of giving some example, otherwise it will sound very abstract. Suppose angelic dimension. There is a dimension called angelic dimension. Yeah. Those angels, they never take birth as a human being. but they're associated with this planet Earth. They give a different kind of, knowledge and different kind of directions, give protection and things like that. But they themselves never born. They don't need that kind of planet. Their job is to support the evolution of the human beings. Okay, so they themselves need not to take birth and be human being. Okay, so they're an angelic dimension. So their purpose is different and their, assignments are different. And but end of the thing, they also merge with the creator.
So each of these dimensions would be fostering each other, or they could be destructive also to each other.
There is no such thing called destruction of this. It's only transformation. See, understand this way, like for our understanding, like energy cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed, right?
Correct.
Same here. One dimension can be transformed into another one. Ultimately, by transformation, it will merge with the creator, but it will not be destroyed.
Right.
But basically, destroy is not applicable there. Transformation is possible. Like if you heat, it will be liquid water, and then you heat it up, it will become steam and spread away, all over.
Yeah, like the
water has destroyed.
Angelic dimension, what you mentioned, is like supportive or fostering the dimensions in the earth. Similarly, the other dimensions in the other planets, would they be kind of helping or supporting or fostering each other dimensions in the other planets, or there are no relations? There are no relations. They are all like independent dimensions, and they are evaluating by their own.
Yeah, so actually, see, they are independent so that they can having their own experience, not confusing with the multiple mixtures. Yeah, but whether the same entity can support another plane or not, it is possible. It depends upon the goal, the mission statement. Okay, if that calls for this, they will do that. But most of the things, they are very specific, that their domain, their responsibility are very specific. They play that role, and that's how they evolve. Okay, so answer is yes or no. It's possible, but not necessarily that each and every area they have to be assigned for them to move forward. No, there are multiple paths. Like climbing a mountain, there are hundreds of ways to climb the mountain. Same here. Yeah, independently, everybody can go ultimately merge with the creator. No issues.
Thank you, Rajiv.
Okay, all right. God bless you. Yes, Venkatesh.
Yes, sir. I want to ask one. This you had mentioned in the talk that you had gone to some place and maybe the rocks were calling you. Maybe they were some 15 million years back. Now what happened? What basically I have also experienced is that sometimes we get attached to some place, or and in some cases it gives good result, and in some cases it means it doesn't give a good result. How do we? And what I feel is that we may be somehow attached to that place in our previous birth. So my first question is how to come out of that attachment. Second question is, okay, I follow you.
One second before you go further. Whatever I shared, that was my experience. It is not a password stuff. I exactly know what happened. I exactly know where they are. I exactly know why the sound is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so keep that apart. Now you being it one thing that there is a possible some place where I get attached, and somebody, keep me outside it. Okay, somebody may be having some kind of experience because of past life attachment, and how to go about it. That's what your question is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. See, what happens is that this can thing, it is quite, as you rightly pointed out, some people even they suffer in this life because of something happened in the past, associated with some place or some character or some event. Okay. And because it is suffering has happening in this life, it need to be healed. Otherwise, it is not in whatever happened is happened, but this life also it is carried over.
Yes.
So these kind of things, it is there is a special technique called past life regression therapy. By hypnotic way, it is possible to take back to the past life. Okay.
Mhm.
And in that past life, when they repeat the experience, same experience they will go through. It is all
Yeah.
there in our current. All the informations are there. So we have to go there, connect by. It is also done by hypnotherapy. So they take into the past life, re-experience the same thing. When they re-experience the same thing in this life, they get healed. And then they don't come and interfere any longer. That is called PLR, past life regression therapy.
I think my second question was also similar. Means like I actually sometimes see that there are basically some people in the life, they per se they would not have done anything bad to you, but we behave in a very particular manner with them, which is basically uncoming of that situation. So there is a regular pattern which happens. So that also, suppose if you want to come out of that one.
Yeah, see, it is called, you can say it is a soul's memory. Yeah.
Okay.
In this life, nothing has happened. Maybe earlier lifetime we are enemies. Okay.
Mhm.
So this time when we saw that, the soul level, they know each other.
Yeah.
Only in different place, different time. So they may bring that we can download. We have different types of memory. If the soul's memory, it has been downloaded or karmic thing has been downloaded, then that what it does, it affects our intellect at that point of time.
Yes.
Buddhi karmanusarani. Okay.
Yeah.
So that karma, what I had with that particular person, that man, will control me because that moment that triggered that to download and I will behave that way.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It is typical the past life connections or anything of the past life memory coming. There was some unfinished karma. Okay.
Okay.
That coming through this way and this meeting, this life had triggered that.
So then basically how to come out of it?
No, coming out means consciously have to work on that, your own karma.
Okay.
And in fact, whatever we practice, na, Babaji's grace, we do the Kriya. If you practice Kriya daily,
Yes.
then all the prarabdha karma can be diluted. That will be taken care of. Or if you meet with any master who is authorized to carry out karma kshalan, deleting karma, that process, if you voluntarily join and agree to perform that, then that divine grace happens and that karma can be deleted. Or most common method, as when you meditate, then each karma beej get roasted. But only thing, it takes very long process. Only through meditation. Okay, by Dhyan Agni, meditative fire, those karma beej get roasted, they will not sprout.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. All right. So as there is no further questions, so we'll conclude our session today with Shanti Path. Oh. Sarvesham swasti bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Om sarve bhavantu sukhino. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Mangala. That completes our